Om. Om. Om.
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानैस्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः
Mandukya Karika, Chapter 4, Alata Shanti Prakarana. We have seen the Karika 12. Read Karika 12.
कारणाद्यद्यनन्यत्वम् अतः कार्यमजं यदि जायमानाधिवैकार्यात् कारणन्ते कथं ध्रुवम्
Vaisheshika is pointing out the defects in Sankhya Mata. Gaudapada Acharya says, we do agree with the defects pointed out by them. They mutually point out the defects in other. We accept that, and these defects prove that in reality, nothing is born from Brahma. Underline paramarthataha. Paramarthataha. From the absolute reality standpoint, nothing is born from Brahma, which was described earlier as Asparsha Yoga. Brahma has no connection with anything whatsoever. And yet, if we experience the so-called Jagat, it is no better than the dream that you experience. You do experience dream, but you know for certain it is not real. So also, from Vyavahara standpoint, though Jagat is seemingly there, appears to be there, is experienced, but from Paramarthika standpoint, from Brahman, it is next to impossible for anything to be born as called Jagat. Now, Vaisheshika points out to Sankhya, look, my dear sir, you are telling us your pradhana is aja, unborn. It is karana, cause for jagat. Jagat is karya. And you are claiming that the karana, unborn karana pradhana is identical with the karya. Karana pradhana is identical with karya, they call mahat, ahankara, jagat, etc., etc., etc. And yet you claim that karana cause is aja, unborn. How is it possible? And you say that karana is identical with karya. Karya effect, mahadadi, jagat is identical with the pradhana, karana. Now, if your karana is identical with the born karya, how can it continue to be unborn aja? Next to impossible. Further defects in your argument, and what you said is, see now. Read 13.
अजाद्वैजायते यस्य दृष्टान्तस्तस्य न नास्ति वै जाता च जायमानस्य न व्यवस्था प्रसज्यते
अजाद्वै जायते yasya vadinah. In the case of argumentator, now here is Sankhya, what is called as Satkarya Vada. Yasya, Sankhya school of thought, Satkarya Vada. Yasya ajadvai jayate. You are telling the cause pradhana is unborn. And from that unborn pradhana cause, what is born? Karya is born. Now tell me, to substantiate, to corroborate your statement, you should give us a drishtanta. You should give an example. See, from unborn cause, effect mahadadi is born. Like this. Have you got? You know? Tasya. Tasya means to that Vadi Sankhya who claims that from unborn pradhana mahadadi jagat is born. Tasya drishtanto vai nasti. You can't say like this. Drishtanta is, illustration is not there. Means what does it mean? Because illustration you can't give. Your statement that from uncaused, unborn pradhana, something is born, doesn't hold good. It is not correct. It is wrong. So therefore, it proves that nothing is born from aja entity. Nothing is born from an entity which is aja, means not born, unborn, ever existed. Now, just for the sake of argument, if you claim, no, that aja, no, pradhana is jata, is something born. And from that born pradhana, what is born? Jagat is born. In that case, you are landing in the other problem. Jata cha jayamanasya. From jata means born. From the pradhana, which is born, mahadadi jagat is born. If you say that pradhana being born, from what is it born? If from born pradhana, jagat is born, Tell me from, because that pradhana is born, from what is born? You have to say from X it is born. That X also is born. From what is born? Y it is born. It goes to infinity. There is no vyavastha. What is called as anavastha dosha comes. Anavastha dosha means in what they call as regress ad infinitum, means a finale is not there. A definite end is not there at all. It continues without any stop, non-stop, it can say infinity. Defect, great defect it is. Anavastha dosha this is. Vyavastha means, na vyavastha means anavastha. Prasajjeta will arrive. Means, my dear sir, Sankhya, what you say is not correct. You are wrong. So with this, having told, we have to see the Bhasya. Kincha net, that is what Karika 13 told. Read the Bhasya of 13. Ajad anutpannamanat.
किंच अन्यत् अजात् अनुत्पन्नमानात् नित्यात् वस्तुनः जायते यस्य वादिनः कार्यं दृष्टान्तः तस्य नास्ति वै दृष्टान्ताभावे अर्थात् अजात् न किंचित् जायते इति सिद्धं भवति इत्यर्थः.
Kincha, to add further to what was told in the earlier Karika 12. Ajat. What is the meaning of Ajat? Anutpannamana. From that which is not born, utpanna, it is not born. Anutpannamana means anutpannat, not anutpannamana, anutpannat. Now, ajat means not born. And because it is not born, it is nitya. So therefore, nityad vastuna. From unborn, which is not born, and therefore, which is nitya, ever existent entity. From that entity, vastuna, from that entity, yasya vadinaha jayate. In the case of which vadi, Sankhya, Satkaryavadi, jayate, is born Mahadadi. This was then. Jayate yasya vadina. Tasya vadina karyam jayate. Effect is born, Mahadadi. Tasya, for that vadi, Sankhya, drishtantaha nasti vai prasiddhi. Well known the Shastra. No illustration is available to show that entity is unborn and therefore nitya, and from that something is born. No illustration available. And therefore, drishtanta bhavi, in the abhava, in the absence of drishtanta, arthat means when, from that is, from an unborn something is born, to this effect illustration is not available. Therefore, because of that, as a matter of fact, ajat na kinchit jayate iti siddham bhavati. It only means that your presumption, your assumption that from unborn pradhana, mahadadi something is born, is a wrong presumption, wrong conclusion. Why? Drishtanta is not available. Illustration should be available. It is not there. Therefore, the only possibility which gets proved that we say Vedanti, what is that? Na kinchit jayate iti siddham bhavati. this becomes established that nothing is born. Ityartha. This is the corollary of it. This is the outcome of the fact that you, Sankhya, is unable to give an illustration to what you claim. Therefore, what you claim is wrong. Now you may say, no. You may change the stand now. No, I don't say Pradhana is unborn, it is born. And from born Pradhana, Mahadadi born, there also you land in problem. Continue, Yada.
यदा पुनः जाता जायमानस्य वस्तुनः अभ्युपगम्यः तदापि अन्यस्मात् जातात् तदपि अन्यस्मात् इति न व्यवस्था प्रसज्यते अनवस्थानं स्यात् इत्यर्थः.
Yada, when Punaha means again is further. Jata jayamanasya vastuna abhyupagama. Abhyupagamaha. If you accept, what you accept? Jata jayamanasya vastuna. From an entity which is born, namely your Pradhana. Jayamana, Mahadadi, Ahankara, etc., Jagat, up to Jagat. Born, when you accept that, Tadapi means your Pradhana presumed to be born. Because it is born, it must be born from something else. See, Tadapi, Anyasma Jata. It is born from something else. What Pradhana? And that something else also, because born must be born something else. It continues. Anyasmad iti. Like this, at every level of born entity, this earlier entity also must be born because something. You go on that way. Iti na vyavastha prasajjeta. Then what is called as anavasthanam syadityartha. You are landing in anavastha, absence of finale, absence of final status, regress ad infinitum. So that is how it is. So therefore, what you say as Satkaryavada, the existent cause Pradhana itself is born as Mahadadi is wrong. Now from Karika 14 to 20. The defect in the presumption of our body being born of Papa Punya, you cannot establish. See, from Vyavahara standpoint, what you say? Our present body is a product of, is born from earlier Papa Punya. Who did the earlier Papa Punya? That body. That body was born up because of what? Its earlier Papa Punya. That earlier Punya, Papa Punya was done by who? Its body. Where is the beginning point? So we say, this kalpa, this is also Karma Kanda says, this kalpa, we Vedanta accept this at a Vyavahara level. But now, even from the Paramartha standpoint, this cannot be accepted, is being pointed out by Gaudapada Acharya. We say, this kalpa is born from the karma phalas of the jivas of the past kalpa. Past kalpa is born from the karma phalas of its past kalpa. It goes. Where's the beginning? Now we say anadi, beginningless. Beginningless cannot have such chain. That is not being pointed out. Like our usual problem. Seed came first or tree came first? Chick came first or hen came first? Egg came first or hen came first? No avastha. You can't prove. For practical means vyavahara, we say anadi and just we get away. You cannot say anadi also here. Now let us see. That is to put in the form of a broad statement that the relation between hetu and phala, anyonya relation, mutual relation between hetu stands for papa punya, phala stands for sharira. Between this connection of papa punya giving rise to sharira giving rise to papa punya cannot be established because it is dosharha. It has got defects. This also shows that from Brahma, Paramarthataha, in reality, nothing is born. For Vyavahara says, from Brahman, Maya, Jagat, for Vyavahara. And how do you account for that? Papa, Punya and Sharira as Anadi. Fine, to that extent. But truly, you cannot establish this Anadi. As a result, what happens? You are taking the help of Phala Hetu to prove the existence of the body, etc., which cannot be, and therefore Jagat is born, cannot be proved by pointing out to a cause, because that cause also will have its cause. It will continue without any endless. Read the Bhasya, Yatra tu asya sarvam atma eva bhut. Prastavana Bhasya.
यत्र तु अस्य सर्वम् आत्मा एवाभूत् इति परमार्थतः द्वैताभावः श्रुत्या उक्तः तमाश्रित्य आह हेतोः इति.
This is from Brihadaranyaka 2:4-14. This is what Shruti says, which says Brihadaranyaka 2:4-14. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Yatra tu yasmin vidya avasthayam, in that state of Brahmadhyana, sarvam atma eva abhu, everything became atma only in the sense, in that state of Brahmadhyana, jnani experiences nothing but atma and atma alone. There is no experience of, even to the least extent, of anything other than atma, which is called anatma. Yatra, in the state of atma jnana, brahma jnana, asya jnaninaha, for the jnani, sarvam. What is sarvam? Hitherto, till now, which was described as Jagat. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. All Atma eva abhut. Happens to be nothing but Atma, means in reality, When the Brahmajnani experiences the Swarupa, there is no Jiva, there is no Jagat, and no Jagat, no Ishvara. Iti Paramarthataha, from Paramarthika Satta, from the absolute reality standpoint. What shows? Dvaita Bhava Shrutya Ukta. Bhasyas declares that in reality there is abhava, absence of duality, dvaita. Means from dvaita, paramarthika standpoint, there is no dualistic jagat at all, nothing is born. That means for Vyavahara, we say from the jagat is born. But from the Vidvad Anubhava, direct experience of a Jnani, wherein all that is there is only self-experience principle. Anubhava Sarupa, Atma and Atma alone, nothing else whatsoever. From that standpoint, he says, all that is there is Brahma only, nothing is born. Even your argument of from Papa Punya, body is born, from body, Papa Punya, etc. It cannot hold good. Even if you say that relation is Anadi, you can't claim it to be Anadi because there's a defect. This is now being told from Karika 14 to 20. Read Karika 14.
हेतोरादि फलम येषाम् आदिर्हेतुः फलस्य च हेतुः फलस्य चानादिः कथं तैरुपवर्ण्यते.
See, these words, Hetu and Phala, are going to come very repeatedly. Make a note. Hetu, cause, refers to Papa Punya. Phala, result, effect of Papa Punya, namely Sharira. Keep this in mind. Hetu, cause for Papa Punya. Phala, the karya, the effect, the result for Sharira or body, gross subtle body together as the individual body. Now let us see. Yesham Vadinam. Here Karma Kandi is come. All except this from Vyavahara standpoint. Yesham Hetoho. From Hetu means Papa Punyayoho. From the cause, namely Papa and Punya. Adihi. Karana. Phalam. Shariram. Means from where Papa Punyas are born? From the karmas you have done. How did you do this karma? From body. That means for those vadis in whose case the cause of Papa Punya, that Hetu's cause is what? Phala Sharira. And further, Phala Sacha, of the Phala Sharira, Adihi, Karanam, cause, is Hetu Papa Punya. In the case of those argumentators, Vadis, who say that Papa Punya are born from the body and from the body are born Papa Punya. You know now. Body does karma, gives rise to Papa Punya. So therefore, the Hetu Papa Punya is born from Phala, the body. Whereas Phalasya, what is the cause of Sharira? Papa Punya. Sharirasya Adihi. This Karana is what? Hetu Papa Punya. If you claim so, you say, Taihi Vadibhi. Taihi Vadibhi. By those Vadis, argumentators, Vadibhi. Hetoho Phalasya Anadi. Anadihi Anaditvam. Beginninglessness or causelessness. Adi also means cause. Anadi means cause. We say beginningless. Beginning means birth. Birthlessness means what? Causelessness. There is no cause. Karana is not there. So that is how Anadihi, causelessness or beginninglessness. Katham upavarnate. How is it described? Because paramarthataha anaditva of samsara. From absolute standpoint, you can't say samsara is anadi. It is truly not there at all. So katham upavarnate. How can they describe? Means kaku prayoga. They can't describe. If Papa Punya are born from the body and body is born from Papa Punya, so in that case, of both Hetoho and Phalasya, of Papa Punya and Sharira, Anaditva, beginningless, causelessness, cannot be described because you are telling the cause for Papa Punya, Sharira, Papa Punya. And how do you say it is Anadi, causeless? You are contradicting yourself. So that is what is said now. Let us see Bhasya. Read Hetoho.
हेतोः धर्माधर्मादेः कारणं देहादिसङ्घातः फलं येषां वादिनाम्.
Yesham Vadina. For those Vadis, argumentators. Hetoho of Hetu. What is the meaning of Hetu? Dharma de. Be careful. Here dharma, not religion, etc. Dharma also means karma and thereby karma phala. Dharma also means bad karma and its result. Dharma stands for punya papa yohu. Dharma stands for karma and thereby good karma and therefore punya. Adharma stands for bad karma, therefore papa. So that is of both punya and papa, adihi, karanam, cause. Namely, dehadi sanghata. Sanghata, assembly, aggregate, assembly of deha adi. Deha, indriya, mana, buddhi, and ahankara, of all this. Sanghata. That is namely phalam. This assemblage of the body is the phala, the cause of hetu punya. Esham vadinam. Means, in the case of those who claim that the body, assemblage of this body is the cause of papa punya. Further, what they say? Continue. Tatha.
तथा आदिः कारणं हेतुः धर्माधर्मादिः फलस्य च देहादिसङ्घातस्य.
So also tatha. Adihi means karanam. Whose karana? What namely hetu? Karanam hetu. What is that hetu? Dharma dharmadihi papa punya. Whose cause it is? Phalasya. Of the phala. What is phala? Dehadi sangatasya. Means in the case of those who argue that papa punya is the cause of the body and the body is the cause of papa punya, this is what happens. Continue. Evam.
एवं हेतुफलयोः इतरेतर कार्यकारणत्वेन आदिमत्वं ब्रुवद्भिः एव हेतोः फलस्य च अनादित्वं कथं तैः उपवर्ण्यते विप्रतिषिद्धम् इत्यर्थः.
Evam. In this way means because you are talking of karya karana bhava, cause effect relationship between punya and the body, punya papa and the body. So this evam, thus hetu phalayoho, of hetu papa punya and phala sharira itaretara karya karanatvena. Itaretara, mutually, one is the cause of the other. Means what happens? Both are sadi. See, anadi, sadi. Sadi means what? Adina saha vartate. It has got a adi, a cause. Means it has got the cause, both. See? Itaretara karya karanatvena. They being mutually cause and effect of each other. Now you say means, therefore what you are establishing? Adimatvam bruhadbhi. You are talking of adi, birth, beginning, having a cause. In both cases, papa punya has got the sharira has got the papa punya is adi. Causes are there. This is what you are talking. And you are saying, same time, hetuho phalasya cha anaditvam katham tai uparvannate. How do you say hetu and phala are anadi? See, you go on pointing out cause effect between body, partner, partner. Where are you going to end now? You have to go on saying that. And for that you say, you what? Draw a beginning line. Here, it is beginningless. How can you say that? Cause is there according to you only. So, katham upavarnate? Why not? Vipratisiddham ityartha. You are talking contradictory things. You have said they have got a cause and effect between. Not only said, you have shown the cause-effect relation between body and the papa punya. At every link, whether it is papa punya or sharira, there is its cause. And suddenly you say anadi, causeless, beginningless, contradictory. You are contradicting yourself. For which interesting illustration we give. How it is contradictory. A given thing cannot be both. Illustration. Let's continue. Nahi nityasya.
नहि नित्यस्य कूटस्थस्य आत्मनः हेतुफलात्मता संभवति.
Nityasya kutasthasya atmana. Of course, that illustration is different. That was in the context of 12. One part of N for hatching the egg, other part for the for cooking is not possible. That is a different illustration. Here illustration doesn't come. Nahi nityasya kutastasya atmana. In the case of Atma, who is kutastha, kutastha means avikari, changeless of this Atma, and therefore nitya. Whatever that is avikari, changeless, has to be nitya, ever existent principle. In the case of this Atma, this nature, what is that nature? It being cause, it being effect is not possible. Hetu phalatmata. The status or the nature of being one time cause, other time effect is not possible because it is avikari, kutastha, changeless. So therefore, you can't say this avikari, kutastha atma, who is nitya, becomes the jagat in terms of cause-effect relationship. It is not possible. So, your assumption that papa, punya are the cause of sharira, sharira is the cause of this, has got a problem, a defect. Vyavahara, you may say that. Vedas also speak of that. Papa, punya give rise to body, etc. That is from Vyavaharika standpoint. Here we are discussing Paramarthika Swarupa. In Paramarthika Swarupa, as experienced by Jnani, Yatra Tvasya Sarvam Atma eva bhut. The state of knowledge, everything is what? Nothing gets reduced to Atma only in the sense there remains nothing other than Atma. So therefore he asked the question, Bhashyakara, in the case of avikari, changes kutastha Atma, there is no room for this cause-effect relationship. Now you say, you are telling us how they are talking about contradictory things. What contradiction is there? If you say so, you are not thought properly. To say that, what is that? This cause-effect relationship in the case of Paramartha is contradictory, is now being pointed out by showing how ridiculous this assumption is. Then you will understand, oh, it is wrong. This is a ridiculous assumption. Read Bhasya, Katham Taihi,
कथं तैः विरुद्धम् अभ्युपगम्यते इति उच्यते हेतोः इति.
If you ask, what you ask that Vipradeshindam uchyate. They are speaking something contradictory. If you ask, taihi, by those who say the hetu phala relation is anadi. Hetu is the adi for phala, phala is the adi for hetu, and it is anadi. This is contradiction. Those who speak such contradiction, how do you say what they say is contradictory? Abhipagamyate is accepted. Iti. Hetu, uchyate, hetu, etc. Read Karika.
हेतोरादिः फलं येषाम् आदिर्हेतुः फलस्य च तथा जन्म भवेत् तेषां पुत्रजन्म पितुर्यथा.
Putra janma pitur yatha.
पुत्-
Putrat.
पुत्रात् जन्म पितुर्यथा.
Yesham vadinam. Yesham vadinam. Hetohu adihi phalam. Phalasya cha adihi hetu. Same as first line of earlier Karika. Same thing. He's repeating to point out the defect. Tesham, second line. Tesham janma tatha bhavet yatha putrat pituhu janma yatha putrat pituhu janma. Yesham vadinam. In the case of those who argue, as told earlier, hetohu papa punyayohu, of papa and punya, adihi karanam phalam shariram. In the case of those, according to him, according to whom the cause of papa punya is the sharira body. Again, further, other way. Phalasya cha adihi. The cause of sharira is what? Hetu papa punya. Tesham, in the case of those argumentators, vadis, janma tatha bhavi. Birth of either hetu or phala, tatha bhavi, happens to be in that way. Yatha, just as. What is it? Putrat pituhu janma. Just as father is born from the son. Understood? This is how it is ridiculous. See, you start. From Sharira, Papa Punya is born. Fine? Just for example, Sharira became the father. Papa Punya became the son. Now from Papa Punya, the son, Sharira, father is born. Possible? Such a ridiculous thing you are talking. Hasyaspada. Tatha bhavit, it is what it meant is, it is just like speaking, the father is born from the son. Bhavi. Just means this statement is not correct. Read Bhasya, Hetu Janyadeva.
हेतुजन्यादेव फलाद् हेतोः जन्माभ्युपगच्छताम् तेषाम् ईदृशः विरोधः उक्तः भवति यथा पुत्रात् जन्म पितुः.
By these Vadis, what they say is as contradictory as father being born from the son. Hetu Janyadeva Phala. From the Phala, the Karya, the Sharira, which is Hetu Janya, which is born from Hetu, Papa Punya. Phala. Tad hetu ho janma vyapagama. Tad hetu ho. And from its karana, cause, janma abhyapagachatam. Abhyapagachatam means those who accept the janma. In the case of them, means those who speak of such karya karana bhava, it is papa punya and body. Idrisha virodha ukta. It is what? By them, such type of contradiction is what told. What is it? Yatha. Idrisha means of this type. What is that? Just as putra janma pitu. Father being born from the son. Can you accept? This is what it is. You have to name now. Papa Punya on one side, Sharira on the other side. From Papa Punya, Sharira is born. Either way, if you take Sharira, from Sharira becomes the father, Papa Punya becomes the son. Or if you take from Papa Punya, Sharira born, Papa Punya becomes the father and Sharira becomes the son. From that Sharira, Papa Punya means father is born. From the son, father is born. Such contradiction these people are talking. Yatha putra janma pitu. Pitu janma. The birth of the father, from where the son is so ridiculous, which cannot hold good. Know what the other person says? No, sir. See, because there is an order is there. Otherwise, if you don't want to have such problem, you have to say order, which is first and which is next. And that order you can't give. And when you can't give order, you have to say both are born simultaneously. And by saying you are landing other problem. It will be clear from the Karika answer. Both are born simultaneously means very independent. Example is given like the horn of a cow. In the case of the calf, two horns are born. They are not connected. They are independent. Like that you have to say, Papa Punya is independent, Sharira is independent. Or you have to tell an order. This is firstborn. Sharira is firstborn. And then Papa Punya is born. Or Papa Punya is firstborn. Then Sharira. You can't go, that's why you are telling Anadi. You can't fix it. That means from Kutastha, Atma Brahma, nothing is born. Your Karma Kandi's explanation Even Veda speaks only a, what is it? Stopgap arrangement. Taking for granted the Jagat is there. Only to educate this person to discover Jagat is not possible to be born. A statement is done. That statement cannot be taken from the absolute standpoint, and you can't establish that paramarthataha from the paramarthika satta standpoint, from the absolute reality standpoint. Something called Jagat is born is not possible. Therefore, Ajatavada, Asparsha Yoga, that in reality, Paramarthataha, so nothing is born, holds good. कल भाष्य यथोक्तः
यथोक्तः विरोधः न युक्तः अभ्युपगन्तुम् इति चेत् मन्यसे संभवे इति.
If you say, Vedanti says, Yathokta Virodha, such a contradiction like father being born from the son, na yuktaha is not correct, is wrong. To abhipagantum, abhipagantum means to accept. To accept such contradiction is wrong. Iti chet manyase. If you say this is what problem is coming, read Karika, Sambhave.
संभवे हेतुफलयोः एषितव्यः क्रमस्त्वया युगपत् संभवे यस्मात् असंबंधो विषाणवत्.
You see that, what he means is, if cause effect are possible, are there in reality, then you have to give an order. To escape this, if you do simultaneously, there is no relation between them at all. We'll see in detail next time.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.